Matt and Wendy, who called for a in-home training program for their dog Rocky. And if you guys can just tell me, when we first started our training, what were some of the areas that we were working on? If you remember, why?
Do you want me to start, or do you want?
Go ahead.
Okay. Our primary concern, first of all, was that Rocky was really unhappy. He was scared of Matt, terrified of meeting new people, really nervous all the time. He'd bit someone, and not out of aggression, but because he was scared. And so we wanted a way to help him kind of maintain a better mental state, so he wasn't frightened all the time. And we also had some basic obedience concerns where you tell him to sit, and he would sometimes listen, sometimes not listen. But really high anxiety level all the time from him. And he had formed an attachment to me, was sort of didn't really care for anybody else in the house a whole lot, and with a family that wasn't acceptable for us. We wanted him to be listening to everyone and to be interacting with everyone in the house.
So what are some of the areas of improvement that you noticed mostly?
Well, first of all, you were able to help us so that we all got onto the same page, and so we were all using the same commands. We had a whole lot more consistency in our approach to both dogs, which helped him, I think, to gain some confidence about. He understood what we wanted. He was able to do what we wanted, and then he would get praised, or he would get a reward. I think his general happiness level has increased exponentially. Just he's calmer, he's happier, he's playing with everyone in the house, not just with me. He's not terrified. I mean, he still has his nervous moments, but he's not terrified of new people or of Matt, who lives in his house with him.
I've noticed he's still aloof towards me, but he's no longer scared of me, which is a pretty big step. There's still ways to go yet, but that in of itself is a very big step.
I remember first meeting you, I mean, he pretty much hid behind a table when you entered the room, and that was pretty much, how is his interaction with you at this point?
He's sitting down on the floor right behind me right now, which in of itself is great.
We can't really see. There he is,
there
buddy.
He is. Yep. And he's perfectly comfortable and relaxed doing that, which is, it doesn't seem like much, but it's a very big step. Even when we first started, he wouldn't be sitting right there. He would be sitting on the other side of Wendy, or on the very opposite side of the room, as far away from me as he could possibly get.
So when you come into the house, what is his reaction to you?
I gotta think about that now. He's typically looking out the back window along with Sweetheart, waiting for me to come in, and he...
So that's kind of a neat little thing. He's like, oh, Dad's
home. His tail wagging, and
yep.
He's got like a bark still when you come in, the hi, you're home kind of a...
So how has his obedience progressed?
Really, really, really well. I think we're getting... not using any treats or lures, so we're just getting basic commands. We're not doing anything really fancy, but sitting, staying, coming when called, going to his kennel when he's directed to go to his kennel, coming in from outside, loose leash walking. I don't think I've corrected him in the last 2 weeks, maybe even more than 2 weeks.
Oh, that's great. Can we ask your daughter what she thinks of?
Sure.
Is it okay? Okay. What do you think of how Rocky's turning out with his training?
I think he's doing very well.
Yeah.
And that he's having a good time with getting better to know family and you.
And me too, that's right. And how is he working? Does he do sits and stays for you?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you work him still in the backyard?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? What do you think he most improved on?
His sitting with me.
He does a good sit?
Sometimes I have to ask him a couple times to lay down.
Okay. And then he gets there, huh? Okay, great.